it's Dark here, hope you're all doing well. Now back to the subject at hand. Now don't get me wrong, I actually liked PE except for year 7 in secondary school. Now today I'm going to tell you why. I had nothing against a little exercise, but what really got me uneager to attend was the teacher. Now for this video, to be polite and not disclose any names, her name is going to be Miss Trunchbull. And you're probably wondering, Light, why are you calling her that? After all, that's a name from the book and or films of Matilda. Well, it's because that's what me and the other students called her. I never thought I'd meet such a horrible teacher in person. Keep in mind I was about 11 or 12 at the time. Now before any of you say she can't have been that bad, trust me, she was. I've never met a more terrifying and horrid teacher in my whole life. For starters, upon first meeting her, she yelled us into formation like in the army, like we were soldiers or something. Anyways, she would always make us run laps around the sports hall if she was displeased with something. One day a girl in class went in and had a hurt ankle with a doctor's note to say she could not participate in PE that day, but Miss Trunchbull still insisted to make her do 2 laps around the gym even if she had to walk it. Really? At the time I thought she was cruel, but when I saw that, I felt for the need of justice. Now this next story, I didn't see it myself, but I was told by a trusted classmate of mine about the story. That one day a girl had gone into PE class and Miss Trunchbull stopped her, demanding for her to put her hair up, and from the information told to me, she had short hair. I mean so short, a bobble may not even put it up. Her hair was in a bob up to her ears, but Miss Trunchbull did not care, and what I was told next was appalling. She took a bubble and tied up the girl's hair, stretching it back nice and tight, trying to put her hair into a ponytail. How did she keep her job for so long? Anyways, there are many more stories I can tell, but it is time for my story. The time when I came face to face with Miss Trunchbull herself. Now, before I tell you this, let me give you a little context. You see, when I was age 9, about to turn 10 in a few months, I played a game with my sister. I can't quite remember which game, but all I know is my sister won, meaning I had to do whatever she wanted. But the rules we put in place stated she could only tell me one thing for me to do. But now looking back on it, my sister was and is really great because she requested I get my ears pierced. Now one thing you need to know about me is that I hate needles, but I will talk about that in a different video. She requested I get earrings because she knew I wanted them, but I was too scared of the needle. But she also knew I could not go back on a promise either. She really wanted to help me get the earrings I wanted, so 1 week after that I got my ears pierced. Now I'm not gonna lie here, I got so nervous I flinched 4 times and needed 4 breaks as well, before the needle even went in my ear. I even cried before it happened. However, once it was done, it hurt, but after a day or so I felt better and I had some cute new stud earrings. However, a year and a half gone by and I had to take my earrings out for a bit, and after a few hours my ear had healed a little bit, not like a lot, but like the inside of it like healed a little, and Mum had to re-pierce it for me. We went to the doctor and asked about it, and it turned out my ears was reacting funny to the piercing. Now this was at the time. I personally don't know what was wrong with my ear specifically, but it is fine now and I can take out my earrings with no problem these days. So whatever was wrong with my earring kind of fixed itself, I guess. Anyways, let's fast forward to year 7 with me and my experience with trunchbull. You see, one day I walked into class, and keep in mind this was my 8th lesson with her at this point. She stopped me and asked why I had my earrings in. At the time I was not informed I was not allowed to wear my earrings in class, and I told her I can't take them out. After 5 minutes of talking to her, she gave in and gave me some tape. But before walking off, she says, next time bring your own tape, because if you don't, you will be taking out those earrings. Got it? Anyways, after a few weeks of more PE classes, not much happened, and I kept remembering to take my tape with me to school. I walked out the door one morning and forgot to pack the tape I needed for my earrings. Now, upon entering class that day, I realized in the locker room beforehand that I had messed up, and I was now awaiting my demise. As I walked into class, I locked eyes with Miss Trunchbull, and with just one look, she saw I forgot the tape. I looked at her, and she looked back at me with the most unhappy face I have ever seen. I was scared, so in that moment I removed the earrings and placed them in my coat pocket in the locker room almost immediately. She made us stay after class because Trunchbull made us stay longer for not following all of her orders. When I say she was mad that we weren't following orders, the classwork, we was doing sports and just actually doing the lesson. However, she was annoyed that we weren't doing it perfect enough, or we weren't in the right formation. She was extremely picky on how we did PE. I rushed to my next class without putting my earrings in, because since Miss Trunchbull made us stay an extra 15 minutes after class, and in all the panic I forgot to put my earrings back in. Once lunchtime hit, I noticed my earrings weren't in my ears, so I tried putting them back in, but it really hurt, so I waited till after school to get my mum's help. When I told her what happened, she was furious. However, before even acting on that, she helped me re-pierce my ears. Mum was so angry, in fact, she went to the head teacher and she told him all about what she had done to me and the other students. I was not in the meeting, but all I know is that Miss Trunchbull was in the meeting. And the next day when I went into class, and from that point on, Miss Trunchbull wasn't Miss Trunchbull anymore. She was more like the good witch from Wizard of Oz.
Well, I'm a little muddled. The munchkin...
She was no longer mean and cruel. When I went home that day, I asked Mum, "What did you say?" My mum said all I did was give her a piece of my mind, told her I wasn't happy about how she was treating you, and she won't be bothering you or your classmates after that meeting. I didn't question it, I was just happy it was over. Well, except for the bullying from a certain student, but I will speak about that in a different video. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps out a lot. Anyways, I hope you all are happy and healthy. This is Light to Dark, over and out.